Consider the thin steel plate in the shown in the figure. The plate has a uniform thickness that equal to 1 inch. The plate has a uniform thickness that equal to T is equal to 1 inch. And E is equal to 30 into 10 power 6 PSA, pounds per inch square. The weight density is 0.2836 lb per inch cube. In addition to its self weight, the plate is subject to a point load. P is equal to 100 lb. So here in this problem, thickness of the steel plate is 1 inch and E value is 30 into 10 power 6 pounds per inch square, and weight density is 0.2836 lb per inch cube. lb per inch cube. And self weight, the plate is subjected to a point load P equal to 100 lb at the midpoint. So here in this problem, so this is the midpoint. At the midpoint is P is equal to 100 lb. So in the steel plate, this is the steel plate with the thickness of T equal to 1 inch and the dimension 6 inches, and total length of the steel plate is 25 inches, and this can be divided into two finite elements. So here in the first question, the model the plate with two elements. So here we can divide it into, this plate is as at a midpoint P. So here this is the first element and this is the second element. Total length of the steel plate is 24 inches and each element is 12 inch. So we can divide it like this. So here two finite elements. So coming to the second question, write down the expression for the element stiffness matrices. So element stiffness matrices and body force vector. So here write down the expressions for element stiffness matrix that equal to K and body force vector F. Some third one, assemble the structural stiffness matrix. Assemble the structural stiffness matrix K. So here structural stiffness matrix or global stiffness matrix or assembly stiffness matrix is same, that equal to K is equal to K1 plus K2. K1 plus K2 and the global load vectors F. Global load vectors F. So here third one, using the elimination approach. So here in this problem we clearly mentioned using the elimination approach. In the previous classes and previous problems, we have to calculate Galerkin elimination method and penalty approach method. So here in the steel plate, the question number 4, use the elimination approach. That means Gauss elimination approach we can use. Solve for the global displacement vectors Q. So that means Q1, Q2, Q3 and so on. So next question, evaluate the stresses in each element. Stress in each element, sigma, and determine the reactive forces at the supports. Determine the reactive forces at the support that equal to R. So this is the question. So now we can calculate the model of the plate with two finite elements. So here in this question there is A1 value is unknown term, A2 value is unknown term. So E value is known. So in the global stiffness matrix, K is equal to AE by LE into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So this is the element stiffness matrix for the individual elements. So here A value is not given in the problem. So here A value is not given in the problem or not mentioned in the given question. Not mentioned in the given diagram. So first of all, we need to calculate A1 value and A2 values. we need to calculate A1 value and A2 values. So here the model in the first question, the model the plate with two finite elements. That means two finite elements means this is the first element and this is the second element. So here the cross sectional area of the first element is A1 and cross sectional area of the second element is A2. First of all, we need to calculate the A1 and A2 of the given problem. So from the given question, so here the given data is thickness T equal to 1 inch and E equal to 30 into 10 power 6 psi, density is equal to 0.2836 lb per inch cube and point load P equal to 100 lb. Coming to the first question, what is the first question? Model the plate with two finite elements. Model the plate with two finite elements. With two finite elements. This is the first question. Model the plate with two finite elements. So using two elements, using two elements this is the fixed one. Using two elements, this is the fixed one. So here this is the point load P. So this is the first element and this is the second element. So each element having 12 inch each element having 12 inch and total length of the element given in the problem 24 inch. 24 inches. So here this is the given problem with the thickness of 6 inch and 3 inch. This is the first element and this is the second element. So for the taper section, we need to calculate area values. For the taper section, our taper bars, for the taper section or bars, we need to write taper bar. So here taper bar, we need to calculate areas. So here in this two finite elements from the liner diagrams. So here this is the first node and this is the second node and this is the third node. First node, second node and third node. This is along the x direction only. So here this is the first element and this is the second element. The nodes are the nodes are 1, 2 and 3. So here we need to calculate A1 value. So we need to calculate A1 value. So in the taper section, we need to calculate A1 value, A2 value and A3 values. A1, A2, A3. So here in this diagram, so in the cross sectional area of the this diagram, so here thickness 1 mm is there. So here thickness 1 mm is there. So this is the 6 inch and thickness is 1 inch. Thickness is 1 inch. The area at node 1 for the taper bar, the area at node 1, the area at node 1 is equal to width into thickness. Width into thickness at node 1. At node 1. At node 1. So here the node 1 is, what is the width value 6 and what is the thickness value 1? That equal to 6 into 1 is equal to 6 inches square. 6 inch into 1 inch is equal to 6 inches square. So here this is the area at node 1 and coming to the area at node 3. So here in this taper section, node 2 value, area 2 values we did not calculate directly. So coming to the third node, coming to the third node. So here this is the third node. So this is the 3 inch and this is the 1 inch. So the area at node 3, the area at node 3 is equal to, same formula, width into thickness. Width into thickness at node 3. Width into thickness at node 3. So here width is equal to 3 inch and thickness is equal to 1. 3 inch into 1 is equal to 3 inches square. So here in this taper section we need to calculate second node cross sectional area. So here in the taper section, we need to calculate cross sectional area of the A2. So here these two values, the node 1 at the area at node 1 is 6 inches square and the area at node 3 is 3 inches square. Now we need to calculate the area at node 2. The area at node 2. The area at node 2 is equal to the area at node 1, the average value of the node 1 and node 3. The area at node 1 plus the area at node 3 whole divided by 2. So here the area at node 2 is equal to, area at node 1 is 6 plus node at 3 divided by 2. So here 9 by 3 is equal to 4.5 inches square. 4.1 inches square. 4.1 inches square. So here what is the A1 value? So here A1 is equal to 6 inches square. A2 is equal to 4.5 inches square and A3 is equal to 3 inches square. A3 is equal to 3 inches square. Next, for the steppered bar, this is the taper bar section. Area at node 1 6 inches square, area at node 3 3 inches square. So area at node 2, the average of the area at node 1 plus area at node 3 whole divided by 2. That means 6 plus 3 by 2 is equal to 4.5 inches square. Coming to the next step, for the steppered bar, the area of cross section for the element 1, the area of cross section, for element 1 is equal to A1 is equal to the area at node 1 plus node 2, area at node 1 area at node 1 plus area at node 2, So here the area of cross section for element 1, A1 is equal to area at node 1 plus area at node 2 of taper section or taper bar whole divided by 2. That means, so here area at node 1 is equal to 6 plus area at node 2 is equal to 4.5 whole divided by 2. That means A1 is equal to 6 plus 4.5 by 2, 5.25 inches square. So here this is the cross sectional area of the element 1. Coming to the second one, the area of cross section for element 2, the area of cross section for element 2 A2 is equal to area of cross section A2 is equal to, so here second elements, so here this is the first element and this is the second element. So here what is the area of cross section for the second element? So here we already calculated A1, A2 and A3. So in the second element we need to calculate area at node 2 plus area at node 2 plus area at node 3 of taper bar whole divided by 2. The average value of the taper bar A2 and A3. So here area at node 2 is equal to 4.5 plus area at node 3 is equal to 3 whole divided by 2, that equal to that equal to 3.75 inches square. 3.75 inches square. These are the second element cross sectional area. So here in this diagram we need to convert into stepped bar. We need to convert it into stepped bar. So here this is the first element, this is the second element. So A1 is equal to 5.25 inches square, A2 is equal to 3.75 inches square. So here node 1, node 2 and point load is acting downward the x direction, and point 3. So this is the first node, second node and third node. So here so A1 equal to 5.25 inches square and A2 equal to 3.75 inches square. This is the first question. Model the plate with two finite elements. So here in the given problem we can convert it into two number of stepped bars. That is first one, model the plate with two finite elements. This is first one and this is next one. This is the cross sectional area 5.25 inches square. We already calculated, and A2 equal to 3.75 inches square. Coming to the second one, write down expression for the element stiffness matrices and element body forces. Write down the expressions for the element stiffness matrices. Write down the expressions for the element stiffness matrices. So here A1 equal to 5.25 inches square, A2 is equal to 3.75 inches square. So coming to the second question, element stiffness matrices. We need to calculate element stiffness matrices, that is vivid element stiffness matrix. Element stiffness matrix. What is the formula for element stiffness matrix? So here K is equal to AE by LE into 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So here two elements. So I need to calculate first element. K1 is equal to, what is the A1 value? 5.25 inches square. 5.25 inches square into E value. E equal to 30 into 10 power 6 whole divided by length of the first element. So here in this diagram, the length of the first element is 12 inch and 12 inch. Total length of the bar is 24 inches. 24 inches. This is the 12 inch and 12 inch. This is taper bar and converted into stepper bar. 5.25 into 10 cube whole divided by, here L1 is equal to 12 inch, L2 is equal to 12 inch. So L1 is equal to 12, that equal to 1 minus 1 minus 1 1, 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. So here K1 value is 13.125 into 13.125 125 into 10 power 6, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. Coming to the second one, K2 is equal to element stiffness matrix for the second element. K2 is equal to, what is the area of second element? A2, 3.75 inches square. So here 3.75 inches square into, what is the E value? 30 into 10 power 6. 30 into 10 power 6 whole divided by length of the second element. So here length of the second element is 12 inches. So 12 into 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1 is equal to 3.75 into 10 into 30 into 10 power 6 whole divided by 12 means 9.375 into 9.375 into 10 power 6, 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. 1 minus 1 minus 1, 1. So here this is the first element, sorry, this is the first node, this is the second node, and this is the third node. So first element is having 1 and 2 nodes, 1, 2 and 1, 2. Second element is having 2, 3 nodes, that is 2, 3 and 2, 3. Okay. Coming to the next step, we need to calculate global stiffness matrix. We need to calculate global stiffness matrix. So here, what is the global stiffness matrix? Global stiffness matrix, capital K is equal to K1 plus K2. Global stiffness matrix. Global stiffness matrix, capital K is equal to K1 plus K2. So here 10 power 6 is the common factor, therefore capital K is equal to 10 power 6 into 1, 2, 3 nodes and 1, 2, 3 nodes. So here we need to substitute 13.125 and minus 13.125 and minus 13.125 and 13.125. This is the first element matrix. So coming to the second element matrix, so here 2, 3 nodes. So here what is the value? 9.375. So plus 2 node is common. So here element and nodes. So here first element, second element, and first node, second node, third node. So here second node is the common factor. That's why I am adding it to the 13.175 plus 125 plus 9.375. 9.375 minus 9.375 minus 9.375 9.375. Remaining values are zeros. So here this is the element stiffness matrix, first element stiffness matrix, and this is the second element stiffness matrix. So this is the common node value. This is the common node value. This is the common node value. In the second question, so we need to calculate body force vector. Write down the expression for the element stiffness matrix and element body force vector. So here second one, element body force vector. Body force vector. So here what is the body force vector? So here force is equal to density into volume. Force is equal to density into volume. So here that equal to density into volume means area into length. That means elemental length, elemental cross section area into length of the element. So here F is equal to rho density into volume, that means density into area, cross sectional area into length of the element. So here this is the force vector. Coming to the first element, so here we need to calculate F1 value. So here F1 is equal to density. Density means 0.2836 and A1 and L1. So here L1 equal to 12 inch, A1 is equal to 5.25. So we need to calculate F1 value. So here in this F1 value, so we can divide it into two number of elements. That means this is the F1 value. That means body force vector F1 is equal to rho into A1 L1 by 2 into 1, rho into A1 L1 by 2 into 1 into 1. This is the formula for body force vector. So here what is the value? Density means, so here density value 0.2836 lb per inch cube into, so what is the A1 value? 5.25 into, what is the length of the first element? 12 inch. So 12 whole divided by 2, 12 whole divided by 2, whole divided by 2 into 1 and 1. So here the force values are 0.2836 into 5.25 into 12 whole divided by 2. That means 8.9334. 8.9334. 8.9334 and 8.9334. So coming to the second one, body force for the second element. So here density is common, area of cross section 2 and length of the element 2 whole divided by 1 into 1 and 1. So here what is the value of the density? 0.2836 into, what is the A2 value? 3.75 into length of the second element is 12 whole divided by 2. So 1, that equal to 0.2836 into 3.75 into 12 whole divided by 2. That means 6.381. That means 6.381. So this value is 6.381 into 1, that means 6.381. 6.381 into 1, 6.381. This value is 8.9334 into 1. So 8.9334 into 1. So here these are the force vectors. So here in this force vectors, in the given problem, so this is the 1, 2 and 2, 3. So here in the forces, this is first node, second node and third node, F1, F2 and F3. F1, F2 and F3. So here the body force vector we need to calculate it at F1 value, that means 1 and 2 nodes, and F2 value is 2 and 3 nodes. The body force vector capital F is equal to F1 plus F2. F1 plus F2 is equal to, so here the node values are 1, 2 and 2, 3. 1, 2 and 2, 3. So here first value is 8.9334 and 8.9334 plus 6.381, 6.381. So here this is the first node, second node, and third node. So we need to calculate body force vector is F is equal to 8.9334, 8.9334 and 6.381. So here the common node value 8.9334 and second one 6.381. 8.9334 plus 6.381, that equal to 8.9334 plus 6.381, that equal to 15.3144, that equal to 15.3144, and this is same 8.9334 and 6.831. 6.831. 6.381. So here in the given problem, some point load is acting at the node 2. That's why F2 is equal to, so here F1 is equal to 8.9334, F2 is equal to 15.3144, and F3 is equal to 6.381. So in the given problem, the externally applied global load vector F is assembled from point load. So here we need to add from point load is equal to plus 100, that equal to forces value 8.9334 and 115.3144 and 6.381. So here this is the point load at force 2. So here point load is equal to 100 lb. We need to substitute P value into 100. So coming to the next question. So the second question, write down the expression for the element stiffness matrix and body force vector. So here these are the body force vectors. So here these are the body force vectors. In the coming to the third question, assemble the structural stiffness matrix K and global load vector. That means F. So in the second question, we need to solve only F1, F2, F3 values. So F1, F2 and F3 values. No need to add 100 lb in the second question. So in the third question, assemble the structural stiffness matrix K and global load vector F. So here global load vectors means F2 plus point load. So we need to calculate third question, global stiffness matrix. Third question, global stiffness matrix K. C bit, assemble the structural. Assemble the structural stiffness matrix. structural stiffness matrix, capital K is equal to, capital K is equal to, so we already calculated in the previous step, so we directly note it down in this area. So assemble the structural stiffness matrix. Assemble the structural stiffness matrix. K equal to 30 into 10 power 6 whole divided by 12 into 5.25 into 5.25 minus 5.25 0 minus 5.25 9.00 and minus 3.75 and minus 3.75 and 3.75. So this is the assemble the structural stiffness matrix. So in the second one, the externally applied global load vector, the externally applied global load vector F is assembled. Vector F is assembled from in the previous one F1 and F2. F1 and F2. So here F values are is equal to, so what is the F values in the previous one? 8.933, 8.9334, and second one 15.3144, 15.3144, and third one 6.381. So here in the externally applied global load vector, so here in this externally applied global load, P means 100 lb. So now we need to add P value, that equal to 8.9334, 11, 5.3144, and 6.381. So this is the global load vector. This is the third bit. So coming to the next one, that is fourth bit. Using the elimination approach, solve for the global displacement vectors Q. So solve for the global displacement vectors Q. Solve for the global displacement vectors Q. So here D bit, using the elimination approach. Using the elimination approach, solve for the global displacement vectors. Solve for the global displacement vectors using the elimination approach. So here finite element equation, FE equation, KQ is equal to F. KQ is equal to F. So here what is the K value? So K value is 30 into 10 power 6 whole divided by 12 into 5.25 and minus 5.25, 0 minus 5.25, 9.00 and minus 3.75, 0 minus 3.75 and 3.75. What are the displacements? So in the question, first node is having Q1, second node is having Q3, and third node is having Q3. That means displacement vectors. So here Q1, Q2 and Q3. These are the displacement vectors for the given problem. So and here what is the force value? We already calculated 8.9334 plus 115.3144 and 6.3810. So these are the force vectors. So here in this equation, in the given problem, so here first node is having fixed end. That's why by using elimination approach we need to eliminate first row, first column, first row, first column. So here this is the unknown terms for the given matrices. So here in this matrices, what is the value for 30 into 10 power 6 by 12? 30 into 10 power 6 by 30 into, so 30 E6 whole divided by 12. So here 2.5 into 10 power 6 is 2.5 into, so here this value will be 2.5 into 10 power 6. So we need to calculate these values. So here two unknown terms is there. Press the mode button 1, 2, 3. So here equation is there 1. So unknown terms is 2. So now A1 is equal to, so here this is A1, B1 and C1, A2, B2 and C2. So here we need to multiply A1 into this term. That means 2.5 into 10 power 6. So here A1 is, so here A1 value is 9 into 2.5 10 power 6. 9 into 2.5 E6. Next B1 means minus 3.75 into 2.5 E6. Next C1 is equal to 115.3144. So what is the A2 value? So here A2 value is minus 3.75 into 2.5 into 10 power 6. So here minus 3.75 into 2.5 E6. What is the BT value? 3.75 into 2.5 E6. What is the CT value? 6.3810. That means first value is 9.2720 and second value is 9.95. So here the Q2 value is from the calculation, Q2 is 9.2720 into 10 power minus 6 and Q3 is 9.9526 into 10 power minus 6. These are the displacement vectors. So here capital Q is equal to Q1, Q2 and Q3. So here at the displacement at the node 1, so here the fixed end is there. So that's why Q1 is 0 and Q2 is 9.2720 into 10 power minus 6 and Q3 is 9.9526 into 10 power minus 6. This is the fourth bit. Using the elimination approach, solve for the global stiffness matrix. So here the global displacement vectors, global displacement vector Q is equal to Q1, Q2 and Q3. So coming to the next one, evaluate the stresses in each element. So the displacement units in terms of inches. So next one, evaluate the stresses in each element. EBIT, evaluate the stresses in each element. So here how many number of elements is there? 2 elements. That means stress 1 and stress 2. So what is the formula for stress? Sigma is equal to EBQ. Sigma is equal to EBQ. So here E is equal to 30 into 10 power 6 and B value, so here B is equal to 1 by LE minus 1 1. So 1 by LE, length of the first element is 12 inch, minus 1 1, minus 1 1, and what is the Q value? So here Q value is Q1 and Q2. So here Q1 and Q2. So here what is the Q1 value? 0. What is the Q2 value? What is the Q2 value? So we already calculated 9.2720. 9. Q1, Q2. So here Q1 is equal to 0 and Q2 is equal to 9.2720. 9.2720 into 10 power minus 6. So here sigma 1 is equal to 30 into 10 power 6 whole divided by 12. So here minus 1 into 0 plus 1 into 9.2720 into 10 power minus 6. So here sigma 1 value is 23.18 psa. 23.18 psa. This is the stress value at first element. Coming to the second one, so here similarly stress 2 is equal to 30 into 10 power 6. Length of the second element is also 12. That means minus 1 and 1 into, so here Q2 and Q3. So second element node values and displacements are Q2 and Q3. So here Q2 is equal to 9.2720 into 10 power minus 6. Q3 is equal to 9.9528. 9.9528 into 10 power minus 6. So here stress 2 is equal to 1.702 psa. 1.702 psa. So this is the stress values. And next one, the reactive forces. Next one, the reactive forces we need to calculate at the point of fixed ends. At the point of fixed ends, in the given problem, node 1 is the fixed end. So in the given problem, node 1 is the fixed end. Reaction force. So here R1 is equal to KQ minus F1. R1 is equal to KQ minus F1. So here K is equal to 30 into 10 power 6 whole divided by 12 into, so first row first column means 5.25. So we already eliminated in the D bit the elimination approach. So here first row first column is eliminated. So here we need to calculate reaction force at fixed ends. That means first row value. So here 5.25 and minus 5.25 and 0. What is the Q value? So here Q values is Q1, Q2 and Q3. So we need to substitute Qn as 0 and Qt is equal to 9 point something value and Q3 is equal to 9.9 something values. So and what is the force vector? Minus F1 is equal to 8.9334. 8.933. So here R1 value is equal to, we need to multiply Q1 value is 0 and this value is already calculated. In the reactive forces, R1 is equal to minus 130.6284. minus 130.6284. What is the units for reactive forces? So here LB. So this is the problem for converting the taper bar into stepper cross section.